All right. So we are going to start our today's discussion. I learned yesterday Mobile took us through the introductory aspects of the course to a certain point, and because of that we are going to take it from there today. A moment to share my screen. Humbly, I'm sure you can all see my screen.
Yes.
All right. Mobile took us through the fundamental problem in economics.
Fundamental.
Scarcity, we looked at scale of preference, we looked at opportunity cost. We as well looked at microeconomics and that of macroeconomics. And also the big economic questions summarize the scope of economics. So we looked at how the choice determine what, how, and from whom goods and services get produced. As well, he took us through when do choices made in self-interest also promote the social interest. I'm sure we looked at that yesterday, right? So today we are going to look at how the pursuit of self-interest can be a social interest at the same time. And before we start, I am very glad to have been given the opportunity to coordinate the class. My name remains Youngmaster Abaidoo Yaw. I am very glad to have you here today. And that I promise each and everybody to pay a rapt attention, because at the end of this session, everything we will discuss must be understood. And I trust you all that you get the understanding too. Will somebody volunteer and give us a word of prayer before we start today's session? Any volunteer? A short prayer for the session to start. Is there anyone, please, who is going to assist us do that?
Hello.
Hi, Madam Patient, we can hear you.
Let's pray. Our most gracious God and Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this day. We thank you for making it possible for us to see a day like this. We pray that, Father, whatever we are going to study this evening, we commit it into your mighty hands. May you, Father, give us retentive memory, give us wisdom and understanding, so that we'll be able to understand what we are studying. We commit our teacher into your mighty hands. Father, may you fill him with more knowledge so that he will impact on us. This and many other blessings we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Madam Patient.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Madam Patient, for the word of prayer. Now the question is, can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest? Can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest? A very nice question. Before we proceed, I want to make this communicative. And because of that, I would ask, we know that when we say something is of self-interest, it means something that benefits the doer. The person who is doing it is aiming at benefiting from whatever he or she is doing. So how can something that somebody is doing for himself or to benefit for himself be an interest for the society? This is the question of the day. So if you are doing NSMQ, you call it the problem of the day, right? And by God's grace, I just won the NSMQ, my school won, so congratulations to me. And we have this question on board, all right? We have this question on board. So can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest? So to the class, let's deliberate on this. Can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest? We first have to answer yes or no. From there, we give explanations to our answers. So any answer, can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest? Yes or no, class?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 1 year. We have 1 yes. Any seconder?
No.
Okay, Madam Patience say no. All right. Madam Shati, can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest? Shati, are you with us? Madam Esther Owusu, can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest? Yes or no? Please, we need a quick response so that we can continue our session. Louisa, can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Madam Esther Cancer, can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest? Nafisa too. It goes to you as well.
Yes, I already did.
Oh, okay, you already answered. Madam Nafisa too, Mr. Peter Andor, and Mr. Idrisu. The same question to us. Can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest?
Yes.
All right. We got the point. We have 1 no. And I'm very glad of this response. No. So I want one representative from the yes class to give us why and how the pursuit of self-interest can be in the interest of the general public. Can somebody tell us, a representative from the yes class? Should I name somebody? Louisa, why did you say yes? How and why can the pursuit of self-interest, one's self-interest, be in the interest to the whole general public or to the social class? How is that possible? Please give us a small explanation on that. And you have only 1 minute to that, please.
Okay, thank you.
So I don't know, but my
but
explanation
my
is
explanation is
in as much as you are interested in something, somebody also can be interested in the same thing. It can't just be one person. It can benefit you and maybe other people as well. Thank you.
Listen here.
All right.
Listen here.
We thank you for the response. All right. So to the independent party, Madam Patient. Now you are the independent party. So you said no. Can you please give us a clue about it?
Okay, I said no because I can be something that I'm interested in might not be beneficial to others. Maybe
All right.
something that if I'm interested in something, for instance, okay, let's take it like my area where I'm living, there is no water. We have water problem, and I needed a tap in my house. So if a tap is connected to my house, is to me my benefit, but not to social benefit. Yes. So
All right.
that's how I can also explain it. Yes.
Okay, sure. Thank you. We thank the contributors for their suggestion that has been brought on board. So we are going to take it from here. So the problem of the day is, can the pursuit of self-interest be in the social interest? Now let's look at something. Now, choices made in self-interest. Please, I'm sure you are listening to me. Choices made in self-interest also promote the social interest when individual actions benefit society as a whole. Even though people act mainly to satisfy their own personal needs or desires. Did you get my statement? So, Madam Patience had a point that some pursuit of her doings may not necessarily be beneficial to one or two people. But the point is that it can be beneficial to the society when one or two people are also interested. I'm sure you get the clue. So now, choices made in self-interest can be in the interest of the society when it promotes the social interest of the people. That is when the action that has been taken by the person is beneficial to the society. Now, let's get to the clue. We are going to look at some key ideas that will help us understand this concept once and for all. Now, we are looking at self-interest. When we talk of self-interest, it means that doing something to benefit yourself. We are going by our normal brofo, a very simple English. So we are speaking in simple terms. Self-interest means doing something to benefit yourself.
So can I say selfishness?
Can you say what?
Selfishness. Something to benefit.
Selfish. I want to take your statement again, please. You can come again.
I say selfishness.
Selfishness. All right. We will come there. Now, when you talk of self-interest, can we say it is same as selfishness? But selfishness has to do with when somebody intentionally wants to do something to benefit himself alone. That one, it excludes the general people. But when you talk of self-interest, you may have an interest in something, or you may have something may be beneficial to you, right? And at the same time, that same thing may be beneficial to some people. That one, regardless whether they are also interested, it doesn't concern you, since you are also interested. But when you talk of selfishness, it's when somebody intentionally want to do something that will never benefit others, but only will be beneficial to the person. So there's slightly different between the self-interest and that of selfishness. So here we are dealing with self-interest. It means something that one person is actually interested in doing. One particular thing that somebody has a passion in doing is what we call self-interest. And it means doing something to benefit yourself. In a simple term, social interest means that doing something that benefits society. I'm sure we are speaking in normal bro, right?
Yeah.
I want to respond.
Yes.
All right. Yes. All right. Now we are looking at it. So these two can align in certain ways. Look at the statement I've just made. These two, which is the self-interest and that of the social interest, can align in certain situations or certain ways. And who can tell me that way? That way is supposed to be two. Because Mother Patience says something and Louisa also says something. Madam Patience made mention that it may happen that what I am doing is not of any benefit to the people. And when that happens, self-interest has never yielded social interest. I'm sure we get the point. Immediately, what you are interested in is not beneficial to the general public or to the society as a whole. That self-interest has not yielded societal interest. But when what you are interested in seems to be beneficial to the society as a whole, then the pursuit of the self-interest has yielded societal interest. So that is why I said these two terms can align in certain situation. Please, are we on the same page?
Yes.
Are we on the same page? All right. So now let's look at examples. I'm sure you came with pens and papers to jot some things down, right? So we are looking at some examples of when self-interest promotes social interest. Number one, when somebody is starting a business. When somebody is starting a business, the main motive is to earn a profit. The owner of the business aims at earning a profit, which is self-interest. True or false?
True.
All right. Now, let's look at how this self-interest can be of benefit to the society. Now, when this person creates the job or start the business, probably the person has created a job. The person is going to pay a tax. And then after the person has paid taxes or whatsoever, the person is going to provide goods or service, or the person is going to provide both goods and services. And those goods and services will definitely be beneficial to the society. So in this case, one self-interest, that is opening a business to earn a profit, has become a societal interest. Some businesses even calls for employment. Most businesses in Ghana have reduced the unemployment rate in the economy because they also employ people to work. For example, the private sectors, they are doing it to earn profit, which is self-interest. But in the course of doing that, they employ people and it becomes societal interest. That is number one. Please, I'm sure we get the point.
Yes.
Now, the second example I'm giving is getting an education. Now, we are here to school. I come from Sehui. Me kwanwa, when I sit in car, it will take me like 9 hours before I get to my village. But I'm here because I want to school. Now I am coming to school because I want to get a very good paying job. And when I get a very good paying job, probably I'm going to receive an income, which is a personal income at the end of the week or at the end of the month. This is a self-interest. No, I'm going for myself. I'm doing this for myself. At the end of the day, when I'm employed, I'll get cash to my pocket, which is a self-interest. Now, in the course of working to earn my interest, which is my personal income, remember, I am using my energy and my skills to serve the economy. So now, if you go to the hospital, the person working there went to school and probably has finally finished and is working at a hospital. You went there sick and this person attended to you, gave you the medications you needed, and now you are all correct. The person is doing that because he or she is earning a personal income at the end of the month, which is a self-interest. But can you tell me that even though it is self-interest, it is not a societal interest? It is, because he or she is providing a service to the economy. When you go there and you get better, it is through him or it is through her, even though he or she is earning a personal income. Please, I'm sure you are getting the points. Now, the last example I am giving, I'm going to use the situation like farming or manufacturing. Okay, I'm talking about farming now. Now, farmer or a producer makes money. He makes money from the produces that he may probably sell outside on the market. They plant plantain, cultivate yams and cassavas and other stuffs. When these products or these goods are being harvested, they are brought to the market for sales. They make money from doing that. This is a personal interest. But foods and goods become available to the society. Those workers who always sit at the office and cannot farm can have these goods to better themselves or to feed their family. So that self-interest has now become a societal interest. So in the pursuit of self-interest, being able to be a benefit to the society is when the interest of the person is beneficial to the society. Please, are we on the same page?
Yes.
Yes. Now, we are done. We are looking at some of the instances that self-interest may not be a societal interest or may not be may not be beneficial to the society as a whole. Sometimes, as I said, self-interest alone may not naturally promote social interest. For example, when somebody is polluting the water body because he or she wants to get every small or big fish in the water. This is self-interest, but is it a societal interest? Will it be to the interest of the people? No. Or the insure gunsu, so the insure gunsu. Anyasa. Or the drug gunsu. Tell the bay am one bedding. Obenyo mu nyina ache o makofi akori and that's what akoton. But pollution can never be of what? Of societal interest. Noise making. When somebody is making noise, it's also a pollution, right? So when we talk of pollution, it can be a noise pollution, it can be a water pollution. So I think I've spoken about that. We also have what we call price exploitation. I'm sure you know price exploitation, where something is 2 cedis. Everybody knows that on the market we sell this for 2 Ghana cedis. Obeko Kwakumanu say 50 Ghana. Because of self-interest. This self-interest can never be a societal interest. So pollution and price exploitation cannot be of the benefit to the society. So please, in conclusion, self-interest promotes social interest when, number one, probably it creates goods and services to the people. Number 2, it generates employment. Number 3, it encourages innovation. Number 4, we can talk of when it improves living standards. We can also talk about when it follows government rules that prevent harm, like this price, exploitation. Please, is there any question about this? I'm sure we have gone into details, right? And we get the understanding better. Please, any question? Are you there? Shati, let me hear your voice. Today I haven't heard you. I haven't heard from you. Are you around? Anawada. Please, are we all on the same page? Are we all on the same page? Hey, I'm not hearing anything. No. Mr. Moose. Me pacho me class be aka 1 hour na me na wadara mama fell. And I very urgent. Okay, but that's me. Okay, me fell. Yeah, that's it. Hello, please. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So are we all on the same page, please? I'm sure there's no question. Or if there is, please let me know so that we answer that. No question. Okay. Now we are looking at globalization. We are looking at globalization. Globalization, according to the slides, the expansion of international trade and the production of components and services by firms in other countries. So this has been going on for centuries. So we are saying that this is what we call globalization. Now let me give you a clue about globalization. So if you don't mind, you can write my definition for globalization. I think it will help. So globalization is the process by which countries around the world become more connected through trade, technology. You can make mention of investment, you can make mention of cultures, and the movement of goods, services, and people. Did you get that correct? So globalization refers to the process. It is the process by which countries around the world become more connected through trade, technology, investment, cultures, and the movement of goods, services, and people. So what we are saying is that globalization actually involves businesses operating internationally and economies becoming more interdependent. It's very simple like that. Now, countries in Africa, for example, Ghana, Togo, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, these countries are connected by trade, by technology, by investment. We are being connected through the movement of goods, services, and movement of people, right? So this is what we call globalization. When one country and the other country has something to do with themselves, they come together to trade. Maybe probably they come together to exchange goods and services. They come together in what sense? Maybe through the flow or movement of people within different countries. This term is what we call globalization. When countries around the world become connected in any means, whether through trade, through technology, or through the movement of goods, or movement of services, or movement of people. Now we have Ghanaian citizens that work for the United Nations. We have Ghanaian people that work as army in the United States of America. This is what we call a good example of globalization. We are connected through movement of what? Of people. So globalization is actually a new idea. Okay. But you know, at first it began long ago through ancient trade routes like the Silk Road. I'm sure those who did history, you know about the trans-Saharan trade, the European exploration, how people were being bought into slaves from one country to the other, serving and other stuffs. But in this our current state, it has rapidly increased due to technology, transportation, and free trade policies. There's this policy in ECOWAS that allows various African countries to move freely. This is what we call globalization. And yet, globalization means that when two or more countries are connected to each other through trade or through the means of transportation, where goods and services are being sent to different countries for sales, a lot. Please, do we understand? Now, let's look at some examples of globalization. For example, let's talk about iPhone or Apple product. Okay, we are talking about iPhone. Now, Apple phones or iPhones are designed in United States of America. but some of its components are from Japan, some are from Korea, and some are from China. This is what we call globalization. These countries are connected through what? Investment. They've all invested in one particular product called Apple product. There's the Toyota car. Sometimes you go and buy the towel from one country, you go and buy a lot. I'm sure you know all of these. They buy the component of the car from various countries. Meanwhile, only one country is going to design the car. But because these countries are being connected, this is what we call globalization. So please, when you hear globalization, we are talking of countries being connected to each other by means of trade, or by means of investment, or by means of goods and services that go in to and fro of these countries. Please, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So that is what we call globalization. Now we are going to look at some economic terms. How we are discussing here, please, I don't actually know if you probably meet it. All right, so I am begging you. The reason why we are taking our time to do this is because this is our personal class. If it takes us more than months to finish whatever, it is up to us. So please, let's get the basis of the understanding from here, so that no matter how classes goes, you won't complain because you already have the foundation of the understanding. Please, I'm begging you. That is why we are making it sometimes communicative. Sometimes we talk about it for long, not because we want to talk chow, but we want the understanding to be better for everybody. So please, let's take note of that. Now we are looking at some economic ideas. Let me admit somebody. Who is Obaya Mensa? Obaya Mensa. Oh, okay. All right. So we are taking it from there. We are looking at some economic ideas. We are looking at 6 ideas. We are saying 6 ideas define the economic way of thinking. 6 ideas define economic way of thinking. The first one is that choice is a trade-off. Who can explain this? Choice is a trade-off. From the understanding we have had from the introductory aspects of this course, who can best explain the statement choice is a trade-off? Okay, so this is a sentence. Choice is a trade-off. Who can best explain that for us? Mpamchomoma mihu se yati asye. Ade internet say choice is a trade-off. Why is choice a trade-off?
Hello.
Yes, Madam Patience, we can hear you.
It's because there are alternatives, that you decide to choose a particular thing.
Wow, very simple and very correct. Madam Patience, you are correct.
Okay.
When we say something is a trade-off, it best explains itself. Resources like money, time, and natural resources are scarce. We cannot have everything we want, so we must make choices. And whenever you are making a choice, you must give up one alternative to get the other. This is called a trade-off. So Madam Patience actually spoke in a very simple term. whenever you are making a choice, probably you have to give up on one particular alternative to achieve the other alternative. So it becomes a trade-off. Please, do we understand? We are not wasting much time on this. So let me hear you if you understand. If not, I would have a better way of explaining it. Please, do we get it, or do we have to come back again? Choice is a trade-off. It means that you have to give up on one alternative in order to get the other alternative. We call it a trade-off. Please, are we getting what we are saying?
I'm getting it, but I want to ask the difference between this and then opportunity cost.
You want to ask?
Because I think both involve giving up something to get the other.
So it is the same as opportunity cost.
All right, thanks.
Yes, when you talk of choice being a trade-off, it's the same as the opportunity cost, because you have to give up on one alternative in order to get the other alternative.
All right.
Yes, that is why in opportunity cost you make choices. So it's the same thing. And thanks for the addition. Now we are moving on to the second one. Cost is what you give up to get something. Do we have to explain it? Cost is what you give up to get something. Cost is what we give up in order to get something. Emudaho and emunaho. Please, are we on the same page or we are not? Cost is what you give up, or cost is what you must give up to get something. The cost we are talking about here is opportunity cost. It's not any other cost. So all that we are explaining here are in line with what we call opportunity cost. And these are the basic ideas that summarizes the whole understanding of economics. That's what we are looking here. Already we have looked at them, but we are just trying to go over it once more time in this particular session. So please don't get confused. So choice is a trade-off. We understand. Cost is what you must give up to get something. So it has cost you the book to get the pen. Do we understand the term? Somebody will tell you, instead of, all right, so I'm trying to give a scenario.
Okay.
Somebody will say that instead of putting the candle on the table, you rather put the candle on the book. Do you know how this has cost me? Have you seen this statement? So it means that the action that was done by that fellow has caused a problem. Please, do we understand? So the cost is what we are talking about as opportunity cost. So now the issue is, instead of putting the candle on the table, you rather put it on the book. And now there's a cost. Do you understand? So now the best alternative I think the person wanted the other person to do is to put the candle on the table, not on the book. Are we getting the concept? Or I'm rather confusing you? Are you confused? If you're confused, just tell me.
Okay, Abe, please, so let me come in. If
Right.
if I understand what you just explained, and then the first one is an exchange for something, and then the cost is you giving up something in place of the other.
Yeah. Now, the cost here is what you have missed. Now, I'm trying to get you on the track. The cost here, the cost we are talking about here is what you have missed in order to get what you have now. So cost is what you must give up. That is what we are saying. If something has cost you, just say, be everyone, sir. Do you understand? And when I make sure that the candle, the no, and what the candle AC table, so a banana good table, so probably it will not catch fire. But if you put a candle on a soft book and it gets heated and you don't get lucky, it may catch fire. And probably a bia nipano a soy a shit ni bibi. So now that action has cost the person bibi a free nipanensa. You understand? Even though that isn't the best thing to use to explain this, but I'm just trying to let you know that the cost you are talking about here is what you have lost, but not what you have used to pay for what you have. We have that cost. So it's like you're going to buy a biscuit. Please, what is the price of the biscuit? It's 2 cedis and you paid it. So it means the cost of the biscuit is 2 cedis. No, we are not talking about that cost here. The cost we are talking about here is what you have missed in order to get what you have right now. So if it is a pen and a watch and you decided to choose that of the pen, it means it has cost you the watch to get the pen. This is the English we are speaking here. Please, do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you confused?
Nope.
All right. The third one says that benefit is what you gain from something. It's very simple. Benefit is what you gain from something, which I think we are all on the same page and we all do understand. Benefit is what you gain from something, right? Now,
Yes.
we are seeing that the fourth one says that people make rational choices by comparing benefit and cost. People make rational choices by comparing benefits and cost. Is it true?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
People make choices by comparing the benefit and that of the what and that of the cost.
The cost.
Now, if you go to the market, you just saw this orange seller and you just wanted to taste it and you asked for one particular orange, the cost of one particular orange, even though you had wanted one because you just needed a sip of it, right? You asked the cost of one orange and the person told you one goes for what? 1 cedi. Sorry, let's say one goes for 2 cedis. One goes for 2 cedis, but 3 goes for 5 cedis. Have you seen that? I want to buy one orange. One goes for 2 cedis, but 3 goes for what? 5 cedis. So when I compare the cost of buying the one, which is 2 cedis, and comparing the benefit that I'll get when I buy that of 3, which is 5 cedis, even though I had wanted to buy only one, but comparing the cost and the benefits, it would influence my choice and my decision to go for 3 rather than buying one. Please, do you understand?
Yes.
So choices can be influenced when the cost and then the benefit is being analyzed. A course na it's a daily thing we have been doing. It's a daily thing we have been doing. Now what I'm saying, it's not like I'm just making a scenario for you to understand. It is something you regularly see on the market. So people make rational choice. Now this choice is not just a choice, rational choice. There's an adjective there, rational, by comparing benefits and costs. Can somebody give us any example at which the comparison between the benefits and cost of something can influence one's choice? I give mine. I don't know if one would want to add up something. Then we take it from there. Anyone, please? If no, okay, we move on. Now we are saying that the fifth one says that most choices are how much? Choices made at the margin. Most choices are how much? Most choices are how much? Choices made at the margin. What are choices made at the margin? When you say something is a choice and that choice is made at the margin, what does that mean? So now we are coming to look at choosing at the margin, and it answers the question how much. That's what we mean. Okay, how much? So the choice I made when I was buying that of orange is a choice that I made at the what? At the margin. When I asked of the price, how much? And I was given the response, 1 goes for 2 cedis, but 3 goes for 5 cedis. That was where I decided to do my own calculation by comparing that of the cost and that of the benefits to make a rational choice. That choice is a choice that I made at the margin. Now, some choices are not all or nothing. Instead, we often decide how much of something to do. These decisions are made at the margin. Please, I'm taking the statement again. Some choices are not all or nothing. Instead, we often decide how much of something to do. These decisions are made at the margin. Yɛwɔ nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ a, anaasɛ yɛwɔ decisions bi wɔ hɔ a, sometimes we cannot take it in the house before we go to the market. So we have to make those choices right after hearing the price. That is where exactly we make choices, and that choices are made at the margin. So now I'm still on this thing. A choice made at the margin means deciding whether to add a little more or a little less of something by comparing the additional benefit and the additional cost. Are we getting the understanding? Is it trying to
Yes.
Is it trying to confuse that? But we get the understanding, right?
Yes.
Inti adeno, you know, we have some decisions. Okay. When you're going to buy products, okay, products are not something that we measure. Do you understand? Some products are just tangible. Some of these products are tangible and it doesn't need any measurement to influence the person. But say, oh yeah, some kind of measurement or some kind of Good. My network is back. Or some kind of calculations, those product or items, we know them. So now, let me see if I can get some example. Now, a simple example is what I'm giving. You are studying economics for 2 hours. Okay? You are studying economics for 2 hours. Should you study for an extra third hour? You ask yourself this question. Sometimes, even though we know that the lecture starts from 2 o'clock and ends at 4 o'clock, but when that 4 o'clock ends, looking at the pleasure we have had in the discussion or in the lesson, we wish we continue. So, sir, please, let's continue, even though it is break time, but sir, please, let's continue. That choice you have made is a choice made at the margin because you have added a little more thing to it because of the extra benefits you're going to get from it. So that choice is a choice made at the margin. Are we on the same page?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, let me draw your attention to this. I'm sure you know. If anyone studied economics in SHS, when we talk of margin or marginal, we are only talking about extra. When we hear marginal in economics, we are talking about what? Extra.
Extra.
Yes. So we have a term in economics, we call it marginal utility. Okay. When now you are very hungry, let's say you are very thirsty, okay, and they gave you 1 sachet of water. Immediately you got the water because you are very thirsty. You just within 5 seconds you have drank it. It is finished. You understand? And the person added another more 1 sachet of water to you. Even though you drank all the water, but the energy and the time you used to consume that water was lesser than that of the energy you used to take in the first one that came. Do you understand? Because you are satisfying, and the energy for you to consume any additional water that will be given to you will reduce. Have you seen how economics works?
Yes.
Yeah, they back on buy in the sense na unya no nsuo bia na to come down na hwa na no me ya guna one maybe. But yeah, they back be ka ho no. Because as at that time you are quite satisfied. The energy you are going to have to take in or consume that water is going to reduce. And the more additional water is given to you, the more your energy will reduce. So if the energy you used to take in the first one was 5, probably the energy we used to consume the second one will be 3, and probably the next one will be 1. Because the more you take, the more your energy reduces because of your satisfaction. We call it marginal, the additional or the extra. So now we are talking about a decision or a choice made at the margin. And I just said that a choice made at the margin means deciding whether or not to add a little more of something. Deciding whether to add a little more or a little less of something by comparing the additional benefit and cost. So you were studying, just as I made the other one. That one we needed extra time because we are enjoying the lesson. Because addition. But I remember when I was in school and the math teacher came to the class and we start reading this logarithm. If the hour the person or the teacher is going to take is 2 hours. I wish this teacher would just finish in 20 minutes time. Because everything is hamenya. You are not seeing anything. You are not understanding anything. So that decision I would wish to make, that a little less should be done or should be used to study that part of the mathematics, is a choice that I made at the margin. Please, do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Please, I really want you to understand. Oh, I really want you to understand this. So in that case, let me ask this question. What is marginal benefit? Somebody should tell me so that I will be convinced that you really understand. What is marginal benefit?
Additional
what?
Additional benefits.
Additional benefit.
Oh,
So the
yes.
extra or the additional benefit from what? From doing one more unit of something. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Yes.
So the benefit itself is what you are gaining from it. That one is not a marginal benefit. It is called a benefit, right? So, for example, in the work that you are doing, you know that at the end of the month, you're going to be paid 1,000 cedis. That is your what? Benefit. But that 1,000 cedis at the end of the month, you're going to take, and your boss added another 20 cedis. That 20 cedis becomes an extra benefit you have had aside your what? Aside your income. So when you talk of marginal benefit, it is the extra benefit you are going to get when you do one more unit of something.
Yes.
So now we are going to end at exactly 10 o'clock p.m. today. But Madam Patience is saying that no, John, the way the studies is going there, my body they sweet me. So let's end at 10:30. So if at 10 o'clock the benefit you're going to get is 50%, and when we finished at 10:30, it is now 55%. What is the marginal benefit here? Let's do some more mathematics. My question is that
30.
What?
30 minutes.
Let me. Wow, this is a nice question. So let's take it away. Somebody said the correct answer there, but let me take it again. My question is that if the benefit of us closing at exactly 10 o'clock p.m. is going to be 50% benefit.
Okay.
But because of addition of 30 minutes to the 10 p.m., the benefit overall became 55%. What is the extra benefit here?
5%.
Or the marginal benefit? So the marginal benefit is going to be 5% because
5%. Yes.
we've had additional 5% to the what? Actual benefit of what? Or 50% we'll be getting at the end of the lesson, which is 10 p.m.
Okay.
So the extra thing you are doing, the benefit you're going to get from that extra thing becomes your marginal benefit.
Okay.
So when I finished school in 2021, I decided to work at a private school institution as a maths and science teacher. When I close at 3 p.m., I do what you call extra classes. And when I do that extra classes, at the end of the month, I get something addition to my salary. That something becomes a marginal benefit because I added some few time to the actual time I was supposed to close in teaching people. Please, do you understand? So it becomes a marginal or extra benefit from doing one more unit of something. I don't want you to forget this statement. The benefit from doing one more unit of something. So what is marginal cost?
Extra cost.
Extra cost.
The marginal cost is extra cost. So extra cost of what?
Yes.
Extra
Extra
cost.
extra cost.
Of what? So if marginal benefit is the extra benefit from doing one more unit of something, what would be a marginal cost?
Extra cost
Extra cost
of
extra
cost of
doing
one more
thing.
One more unit of something. Who said it?
Yes.
Is it Madam Patience?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That is correct. So the extra cost of doing one more unit of something is also what we call marginal cost. What does that mean? Now, for example, you have your schedule, okay? You have your schedule for today that no, we are going to have a class with Youngmaster and probably we are going to end at 10 o'clock p.m. So in my schedule from 10 o'clock p.m. to 11 o'clock p.m., I am going to study a different course. Can you hear me? So
yes.
You made your schedule that from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. I am going to do what? I am going to study a different course, probably let's say commercial law. Okay. Now, instead of John ending the class on 10 o'clock p.m., because we wanted an extra understanding, because we had already understood what we have learned for the past hours that we have learned, we needed extra time to learn again. And John added 30 minutes to the 10 o'clock p.m. just for you to have your extra benefit, which would be your marginal benefit. But don't forget that you had a schedule. You're supposed to do that of commercial law from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Do you understand? So now, the additional benefit you got from studying additional 30 minutes of that of microeconomics has cost you 30 minutes of learning that of what? Commercial law. Do you understand? So see, yes. Commercial law, no. Won't you mean free 10 p.m. and could see 11 p.m. You say we should free 10:30 to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And it becomes your marginal cost. A consonant they will say say yeah. That is why I don't want you to be like with papa. This is the definition. So my with trim. No. Don't chingu with trim. Just understand the concept, and anytime you meet it, you are going to capture it in your own words. Don't even bother yourself and arrange a lot of words in your head. Just understand your own words you use to describe any term you meet. So that will be the marginal cost. So you are going to lose rest time or time for another subject. If you had wanted to rest from this lesson after we have ended at 10 p.m., you wanted to rest or sleep exactly at 10 p.m. Now you have lost a time of sleep because you had an additional time for your lessons, and it becomes your marginal cost, which is the extra cost from doing one more unit of something. It becomes your marginal cost. Your marginal benefit becomes the extra benefit from doing one more unit of what? Of something. We have a last one, then we call it a day. We are saying choices respond to incentives. Choices respond to incentives. Choices respond to incentives. Why do we say this? That choices respond to incentives. Is somebody helping? We have 8 minutes to finish our class. Is somebody helping? Choices respond to incentives. And we are saying that an incentive is a reward or a penalty that encourages or discourages what? An action. Right?
Yes.
So I think it is somewhere here. All right. So choices respond to incentive. They are saying that an incentive is a reward or a penalty that encourages or discourages an action. And we are saying choices respond to incentives. Now, let's get it done. You want to finish hard. In economics, we know that people make choices based on incentives, right?
Yes.
I'm sure people make choices based on incentives.
Yes.
Hey, I'm getting only one response though. It's only one person who is in agreement with what I'm saying. In economics, people make choices based on incentives, true or false. Now, the incentives we are talking about here in economics can be a positive one, which is a reward, and can be a negative one, which is what? A chastisement or a punishment. Please, do we understand? We want to finish hard though, so please don't get yourself confused. I want to put you on the track. Just let me know when you get what I'm saying. We are saying that in economics, the incentives you are talking about here are in two ways. It can be a positive incentive and that of a negative incentive. It is a positive one when it is a reward, but it is a negative or becomes negative when it is what? A punishment. I'm sure you agree with me.
Yes.
And that people are ready to make choice based on incentives. So incentives help explain why people do what they do. Incentives help explain why people do what they do. Now, for example, I'm talking about a positive incentive here. That is a reward to encourage a behavior, okay? A positive incentive is a reward, right? So a reward in order to encourage someone. Now, for example, bonus for workers who meet targets. In a work where you're supposed to meet a certain target before you get an incentive, which is a bonus, which becomes your reward, people would make a choice because of the target they want to reach in order to get those what? Positive incentives, which are what? The rewards or the bonuses or the allowances. Please, do we understand? So if this person is supposed to close from work at exactly 3 p.m. because he or she has a target and would want to make a sale to a certain a certain point, the person decided to add additional 1 hour to his time, meaning he or she is going to close at 4, just because he or she wants to cover a certain target at the end of the month in order to claim a bonus. So because of that target or because of that reward, the person has made a choice. So when we talk of choices respond to incentives, that is what we mean. Now, let me talk about negative incentive too. Now, when we talk of negative incentives, we are talking about a penalty, which is a punishment, right? So negative incentive, penalty or a punishment to discourage a behavior. For example, you see one man's fine house. The person wrote at the back of the house, "Do not urinate here." If found, it goes for a penalty of 150 cedis. Now why ya kwakwo junso ho? Ehwa na so bejunso. O junso ya na chill. And you paid, and they made you pay this what? 150 cedis. They are making you pay this 150 cedis in order to discourage others from what? Others from doing same.
Yes.
So choices respond to incentives. This is what we mean. So because they are going to fine you for breaking the rule, people would rather make a choice not to do what? To urinate there. Please, do you understand? So if found when urinating at the back of that particular house will cost you 150 cedis, as a rational human being, you will make a rational choice not to urinate there. And that choice, you have made that choice because of that incentive. And that incentive we are talking about here is a punishment. Punishment for urinating at the back of that particular house. So that choice will respond to that incentive. If that letter or that statement, "Do not urinate here," guilty people or victims will pay 150 cedis. If that particular words are not written there, it means you can urinate there, but because it is written, you made a choice not to urinate there. So choices respond to incentives. Please, do we all understand?
Yes, please.
Brethren, we bring our class and our session to an end. Do we need a marginal benefit?
Your next
Do you need a marginal
benefit?
benefit? You can't hear me. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm asking, do we need a marginal benefit?
Summarize it in 5 minutes.
Hey. Okay, so today we started from how decisions that we make personally can be of importance or can be of interest to the society, and we got to realize that those decisions that can be in the interest of the society are those ones that would probably have a good impact on the society. For example, when somebody is educating him or herself in order to be paid at the end of the month, it becomes a personal interest, but this person will become a skilled personnel to serve the country, and it will now become a societal interest or interest to the whole society. So in this case, the choice made in self-interest has become a choice or has become a benefit to the entire society. Do we understand? We also looked at globalization. We just simply explain globalization is when two or more countries or countries around the world coming together by means of investment, by means of trade, by means of goods and services, or by means of passage of people from one country to the other country. Anytime you see countries bringing on board, sharing ideas together internationally, involving two or more, 3, 4, 5 countries, we are talking about globalization. So I made a good example using the iPhone. That iPhone is actually finished in the United States of America, but we have other components of this iPhone that are being produced from different countries like Japan, like China, and other stuffs. This is a best example of what globalization. So these 3 countries are or have come together to trade, and it is a good example of globalization. We also looked at how choice is a trade-off, because you would have to forgo one alternative in order to get the other alternative. It makes it a trade-off. We also looked at saying that cost is what you must give up to get something. So if there is a bag and a watch, and your dad asks you which one do you prefer, and you go for bag, it means it has cost you the watch in order to get the bag. So the cost we are talking about here is the one you are going to lose in order to gain additional thing. And we looked at benefits, saying that benefit is what you gain from something, which I think I shouldn't explain. We looked at people making rational choices by comparing benefits and costs. So sometimes before you can do something or one more of something, you tend to compare the benefit and the cost. If the benefit is greater or equal to the cost, you can do it. But immediately you get to know that the benefit is lesser than the cost, you would never do it. You make a rational choice, you will never do it. So anytime or any moment we compare benefit and cost, we always make sure that at least the benefit is greater than or probably equal to the cost. That one, it is economical. But nobody will intentionally do something for the person to run a loss. It will never happen. And we also learn that choices sometimes are made at the margin. And I think we explained when choices are made at the margin, that is, you make a rational choice based on the comparison of what of the benefits and that of the cost. So we looked at the marginal cost, and we looked at the marginal benefits. So the marginal cost is the extra cost of being 1 unit of something. The marginal benefit is also the extra cost of being 1 unit of something. And we looked at some examples saying that if you are supposed to end class at 10, if you are supposed to end class at 10 p.m. and you decide to end at 10:30 because you wanted more of the understanding, and it becomes your extra benefit, which is your marginal benefit. But when you're supposed to lose one thing in order to gain a benefit in additional something or additional thing, that additional thing you have gained become your marginal benefit, but what you have lost in order to gain that additional benefit becomes your marginal cost. We looked at that, and probably we also looked at choices responding to what? To incentives. We assume incentives in economics to be both positive and negative. It becomes positive when it is a reward in order to encourage somebody to continue doing something, and it becomes negative when it is a punishment or a penalty of doing something, right? And so people would never decide to intentionally do bad things because they know that doing bad thing will warrant punishment or what will warrant a penalty. So they make rational choice because they don't want to get into trouble. But when that incentive is positive, they want to make rational choice in order to meet some targets so that they could be rewarded. So University of Ghana says that when you get examination 80% and above, you have A. Madam, Patience is learning hard each and every day, learning because she wants to get 80% or above in microeconomics. Do you understand? So because of that, she learns each and every time. She learns each and every time. Extra classes, she will be there. Everything extra, she will be there because there is a reward on having 80%. That reward is A. And because of that reward, she is making rational choice towards it. Brethren, this is what we have learned the whole day up to this evening. Okay, so I wish us all well. Please don't let them forget. Okay, and make sure you memorize. Dream about what we have learned and discussed. Why?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
all for joining us.
You have
Yeah.
made a
God
minor
willing.
cost of 7 minutes.
Yeah. Exactly. God willing, tomorrow we will not meet. We'll meet on Friday. So please don't forget what we have learned. Probably we are going to look at one calculation aspect of economics. I think we are getting there.
Thank you.
If time permits, we treat it on Friday. Thank you for joining. Thank you too. We have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.